Hello everyone. Good morning, afternoon, evening. It is such a pleasure to have everyone here today. Um, my name is Kenechukwu Mbanisi. I currently helping lead the African Robotics Network. I'm on the organizing committee of this great event, and it's such a pleasure to have you all here. We have 3 hours to cover a lot of awesome content and discuss critical issues around robotics on the African continent. I'm excited to kick us off. All right. We have great speakers, and we have to keep to time so we can get through all of the awesome things that we're going to cover today. So I'm glad that we can get going ASAP. I have a few opening remarks to share as we get into this event this morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're joining from. The first thing I would like to share is just again to do a quick, a broad welcome to everyone. What you can see on the screen right now is, let's see, didn't have the right thing. Yeah, so you can see on the screen right now is just a distribution of the registered participants for this event. I know that people are still joining in at the moment. We had over 200 plus people registered to participate in this event. And this graph actually is a little bit dated. I think we are at about 250. But I just wanted to show the distribution where people were connecting from, the interest and engagement with this event from all around the world. We have strong representation from West Africa, from North America and the diaspora, from Southern Africa, East Africa, from Europe, North Africa, East Asia, Central Africa, the Middle East, and all over the world. And so it's such a pleasure to get to share this moment with you all. As you know, people are joining in. We have people joining from different time zones, and sometimes time zones could be confusing. And so we're so excited on behalf of the organizing committee that you would meet as we go along this event. I just want to welcome everyone. I want to quickly go through, actually I have a, sorry, just give me one, right. Hopefully this is the last of the technical, I'm gonna refresh my page here. Refresh my page here and I should. Right, all right. Parting that. So just a few things while we're here. So again, I want to welcome you all. The African Robotics Network was founded in 2012 by Dr. Ayoko Korsha, who is here, who will be giving a keynote today, and Professor Ken Goldberg. The goal of AfROB is to advance robotics innovation in Africa through community building, through collaboration, through research. And part of our research work is the launch of this report today, the State of Robotics in Africa report, which is our flagship publication and the first detailed continent-wide treatment of robotics ecosystem in Africa. And so we're very excited to share this work with you all today through the discussions by our distinguished panel and speakers, and also through the first-time release of the report. And so at this very moment, the report is available online. As we go through, we'll show you how you can go ahead and download the report. And we're very excited to have you all engage with the material, move forward this conversation around the robotics in Africa. I want to go through the program so people get oriented on what is going to be happening today. So we are currently starting off with opening remarks, which is what we're doing right now. Then we will move over to the keynote address by Dr. Ayoko Korsha. We have 4 panel discussions. are going to be going on. 4 panel discussions on industry, on talent and workforce, and then 2 others. Just want to introduce those first 2. You can see on there we have a great panel. Each panel is going to be led by a moderator who is on the organizing committee, helping to steer the conversation. As we went through our research, we identified 4 key pillars of building an ecosystem of any kind, but in particular for robotics. And we are designing these panels to treat those 4 pillars. Right? So the first one we'll be covering is under industry, considering the question, how do we capitalize on the opportunities for robotics adoption in Africa? And then we will move on to a second panel on talent and workforce, exploring how we can build Africa's robotics talent pipeline. Then we will have a break. We'll take about a 10-minute break so we don't get zoomed out, as sometimes happens when you're on a virtual screen for too long. We'll take a short break. It could be a bathroom break. It could be a break to stretch. And then we'll come back and wrap up with 2 additional panels. And so we'll do a panel on research and innovation. And that panel would be covering what strategies can be applied to strengthen Africa's innovation engine. And finally, we will cover the panel on policy and regulation, exploring how we can craft conditions, the conditions and enabling environment for robotics innovation on the continent. All right, and then I will share a few closing remarks at the end, and some next steps for how you can get engaged, how you can get involved, moving this work forward. All right, so I'm super excited. And just the last logistical things. 2 main points here. We are taking a webinar style to this event today, so we will like to ask everyone to stay muted, and we will be spotlighting speakers as we go through. And so that the meeting is organized, we expect that we might have over 100 people connecting or even more. To keep it organized, we would like everyone to stay muted. And then as we go through, we will on the back end will be requesting people to put on their cameras if you're speaking and whatnot, and for the speakers and the panelists. If for the participants, we'd love you to engage, we'd love you to be present, and how we'd like you to engage in questions and conversation is through the Q&A feature. So as you can see on the screen, we will not be using the chat. The chat is a little bit harder to manage when we have a large group. And so we're asking to use the Q&A feature. You can see that on the bottom pane of the panel of your Zoom interface. You can click on the Q&A, and then a window will pop up in this fashion. And then you can type in your questions. We will be curating questions as we go along, questions for the panelists as we go through the different conversations. And then we will raise up those questions so that the moderators of the panel can bring them up to the panelists as they discuss. All right, that is, I think, all I have in terms of logistics. And we